Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Electra. I am your autistic tarot card reader for today. I have some quick little things that are for somebody. I'm sorry I have the fan, the heat going quite loud, so I hope it doesn't affect what you can hear. I have to do that for some reason. I need the frequency and the vibration of how it's collaborated to actually help me bring through this information that I'm meant to bring through. It's only very short, very small, and it will only be for a certain person or persons. So to start off with, I have a man. He's an older gentleman. I think he's about 72 that had passed away, and his name was Bob Caroll, and he talks about his wife, and what he's showing me is he's saying thank you and for care. I hope that is relatable for somebody, and I hope someone understands what I'm saying. But he says thank you, and his name is Bob Caroll, and he says thank you for his wife, for the love and the care, and he says thank you, and he is there. I also do have, very strange, I do have coordinates. So I do have a 52 degrees north with winds southwest. So whoever that's for, if that means something to you, I hope it does. 52 degrees north with winds southwest. And I also get accumulated with that is a degrees in temperature of 37 degrees. I get Fahrenheit, and we have Celsius, so I don't understand Fahrenheit, but I'm getting 37 degrees Fahrenheit temperature, which is a very, very old form of temperature. I don't know who still uses that, but that's what they are saying. Whoever that is for, I hope that is meaningful for you. And I also have a metal just given to me now called Zircon. Zircon's man-made created diamonds. It's like a Zion, and they talk about a Zion, some type of a mining type of metal. Mellow is here. And will you pick out, Mello's picking out a card, that one? That one. Okay, hold on. Do you want to pick another card out for people, Mello? Okay, so we have trust. Today, I want you to trust. I want you to be trusting of people who are around you. There are a lot of people out there in the world who go through their day, regardless of what their jobs are. I was speaking to a police officer just recently, discussing talking. And he was saying about people and not trusting people, and I thought, well, you're in a job where you're going to come across a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of different situations that happen. But if we did not physically go out there and trust people in this world, we would not eat the food we eat. We would not drink the water that comes out of our taps or is that you buy. You would not drive on the road that you drive on, nor would you go to the work that you work at. And most people don't realize how much trust we need to have that we actually already have. It's very important to trust people, and try to trust from your heart. And if you are ever wrong with your instincts of trusting somebody, you are wrong. Not everyone is perfect. But just know, trust is a very important thing to have. And it was actually, so sorry. Electric cars. Sorry, that's my thing. I don't like loud noises. Can't stand. Sorry. So getting back, so trust is something very, very important. You need to trust the people you work with. You need to trust the people that you go to school with. You need to trust the people, for example, people who are in the space station, is the ISS or whatever, International Space Station, yes. People who are in the space station up there, and it's is it lower orbit, lower or middle, lower slightly up a little bit, near middle but not orbit. Really important thing is these people that don't know each other from places all over the world are with each other day and night, night and day, day and night, night and day. And they have to trust each other. They have to live with each other. They have to go to the bathroom and do what they do and sleep and eat and what have you. And getting along with people is not always easy. It's not always easy, and it's not an easy thing for everybody. Some people are naturally good at it and some people are not. But trust is a very important part of life, and it's a very important part for us to know that in our lives we have an essential ability that is dedicated within us of trusting. When we start to not trust everybody and we get into that primal back of the brain area of the animal instinct, animal brain that we used to have, that takes us back to the animal instincts of what we used to be like, and we're always out protecting ourselves, looking for this, looking for that, looking for danger. Try and take that stress off of you. Try and take that stress. Someone is going through a lot of stress by not trusting somebody or something, and not trusting people. Like this police officer, him and I were talking and discussing, and lovely gentleman, very handsome, and it was really interesting, our conversation. And I said to him, I said, your problem is the way that you think in your job, and you need to be professional and leave your job and be professional and leave your job behind, which is a really, really hard thing to do. It's a very, very hard thing to do. But trust is an essential thing to have in life, and it's something that's very beautiful ability. I have worked doing, been in the Defence Force, very short, but been in the Defence Force. It was interesting. I did security, did quartermaster and security work, very small, but I did that, and it was a lot of responsibility, what you had to do. And then I did for a little while security. Okay, so I had people, and I would go around, we're employed by an ex-police detective, and go around a shopping centre who would pay for us. They employed us. And we would go, and I was young at that time, so sometimes I would dress like I was wearing a school uniform and no one ever knew who I was, and I was really, really good of getting the people. And the girls that I worked with, who didn't like me very much, one in particular, and because I'm too truthful, they used to get really angry with me. I'd sometimes ring up the manager and say they're in the shopping mall shopping, they're not working, because I wanted to work, and they would get really mad with me and angry with me. And in the very end, the manager I was working with, who actually knew my father from business, actually got there and said, he said, they don't like you. He said, they just don't like you, and they're horrible, really quite horrible. And I ended up having to work with that girl again, and I had to forgive for her behaviour and the way she treated me and how she was portraying me. I had to forgive her and had to try and trust her as a person, and it was so very hard, because she was really not nice. And even the man who I worked for, his name was David, he even said to me, he said I'm so sorry, because he knew my family, he knew my mother, and because she was a poet and she's a writer, etc., etc. He said, that's their problem, not yours. He said, and they were just, it was horrible situation. And I could have stayed where I was. And I said to him, I said, I can't put up with this treatment anymore. I said, I just I don't deserve that. And I said, I'm doing the right thing by saying, if people are going out and shopping and they're being paid to do things, and they're out shopping at stores and things like that, and I had a run-in with a person. It was very, very scary, and then I thought, this is just really scary. And being a very short person, I was very easy to pick. I thought, I can't do this, it's too hard. that's when you've got to think of your safety, and your safety is important in those type of things. But trust is something that you need with all the people you work with, all the people around you. If you're employed by a business, depending on what type of business you have, people have a responsibility to look after you and make sure they have a duty of care. And they also need to protect and make sure that you are okay and you're in a safe place. And it's important that people try and trust and care and love each other from their heart, rather than put each other down and look for the worst in people all the time. I mean, I was working with this girl who was being not very nice to me, and she told me some things which were private about her brother, and I thought, oh my God. And then I thought, no, you don't doubt somebody because of what has happened in the past with someone and someone's situation in their life. You trust a person on who you know they are, and try and always realize that people out there have, there's forgiveness. There are people who make mistakes. There are people who don't always mean to do the wrong thing and that sort of thing. But you can only learn and live. And what Jesus said is the biggest gift he tried to give people was not him dying on the cross. That he died on the cross because there was idiots that tried to try him for things that he had not done wrong. There were idiots. That's why he died. He was giving people the message in the world of forgiveness. Forgive people, love people, come from kindness and love. And when he said, forgive those because they do not know what they do, he was saying, as hard as it is, these people actually really didn't understand what they were doing and how wrong it was to murder and kill somebody. But yet they were doing that. And he was still forgiving them and forgiving their spirits. And that was a very big thing for what he had happened to go through. But trust is a big thing. And today I just want to say, I know I've gone on about this for a long time, trust is a very important situation. Trust is a very important thing. We would not leave our house, we would not close our doors, we would not feel safe like we do if trust was not around us. And not everywhere in the world can people feel like that. Okay, I'm just going to pick another card. Okay, so I have someone who's doing way too much. I have someone who's doing a lot of work. They're doing a lot of work. And we have someone who's around things where it's like metal and steam. It's like, I would say it's some form of engineering type work. But there's ladders involved, and there's steam, and there's metal. But it's like gases. A gas that looks like white fog gases around. Someone is doing too much in their job, and they're not looking out for their health. They need to start eating properly, looking after themselves, caring for themselves, looking after and putting themselves first in life rather than putting themselves last and doing everything around. You need to look after yourself and do the best you can do, and try and protect yourself as well. I feel you are trying to protect yourself the best way you can, but you're also having faith more in the people that are around you. So I don't know if there's, it could also be, if you're a female, that some situation that you're in feels like a pressure cooker situation where steam is just like about to explode from you. But you need to reap your rewards and trust the people you work with and start to look after yourself. You're thinking too much out of the box, and you are being angry with someone who you should not be angry with. You're being angry with the wrong person. So someone out there, a female, is being angry with the wrong person and is feeling like steam and like they want to explode. You need to start looking after yourself and start to get down to business. And whoever it is that you are seeing that you think something is going awry with, you're wrong. But there is somebody else who things are going awry with, and there's two people, and the people are in the background, but they are people who are on a similar level to you. One is a particular similar level to you. Something is going on, And you need to be careful about what you say around these people, and be mindful about what you're saying, because you're going back and telling people this and that and the other. These people are knowing people and going back and telling those people. So you've got to be careful and button it a bit, because it's coming back to the people and to the person. You've got to be very careful, and you are wrongly accusing somebody of something, and the person who it most is likely to be is sitting with you, on your level, with you. Be careful of what you say and how you say, and start being quieter and not revealing things to anyone, and keeping it private to maybe a high authority, but not sharing it with any other person, because none of them are to be trusted at the present moment. You've got to button it. Just saying. Goddess. So the fruits of labor, if we want something to happen relationship wise, we want to put in the effort. If you want somebody, if there's somebody that you really like and you really care for, this person is a new person who's coming into your life. They're not someone who's someone you've dated before, or when you were young, or anything like that. This could be someone that you maybe had spoken to but not seen, but there's somebody that is there, that there is a lot of love and want in a person. But this person, there is someone out there who was thinking about someone from the past, as in they felt touched and actually physically dated them. That is something that's, I don't think it's going to ever work out. I think if it was meant to work out, it would have worked out a long time ago, and it's not. She's not for you. And the person who is for you is someone that you may have contacted or spoke to, but I don't think you've physically seen, because I see like blindness. You don't physically seen each other or knew who each other was talking to, but there's a love, companionship, love, happiness, and a bond between two people that's coming up. So it'll be a new relationship. Maybe you might have known them and they don't realize that they knew you, or that's who they were talking to. But it's a lovely relationship that's coming up, and the person has a lot to give, and you have a lot to give as well. But it's having faith and trust, and having compassion with each other, and also realizing relationships don't just happen. Relationships always sort of alter and fizzle out, because two people need to put the work in, regardless of how busy you are. If you want a relationship, you've got to put the work in. It's not just going to happen. It's not like a pizza. You pop it in the oven and it comes out and it's perfect. If you're searching for perfection, you're not going to find it. You will fleetingly, and then it will mislay you. Mislay, is that a word? I don't know. I don't know. But there is someone out there for you, and they're very beautiful, very kind, very compassionate, honest, lovely, beautiful person. Start believing in them, start feeling love in your heart. Just going to do something for health. Oh, okay. So today, as hard as it is for those who don't know my journey of my life, I live with chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and what I've been able to accomplish in the last few years has been never ever in a million years ever thought was possible. I never thought would ever happen in my life ever again. But even getting up and putting makeup on and doing my hair, it's not something that's easy for me. It's huge. It's like someone is that unwell, and I understand this, to the point that even getting up is hard. Wanting to do your hair, brushing your teeth, or having a shower, it's unbelievably hard. Each day, just try a little bit, and you will be grateful at how you try. But keep trying. Still have your rest, you need your rest, but keep trying. And remember, in the medical profession, our mind is amazing and incredible, what we can achieve, but we have to believe And we have to keep believing, and we have to think and eat properly and look after ourselves. Stress is one of the hardest things on our body and our soul and our physicality. Need to try and do just one little thing different. That's like an achievement, even if it's getting up and washing your face, or putting on a pair of new pajamas and then going back to bed. Whatever it is, something that's, or brush your hair, even if it's your fringe, or put it in a ponytail, or running your hands through your hair. You've just got to try. It's not going to just happen, but each moment, each step is progress towards getting there. Progress towards getting there. It was so bad. I couldn't even do my hair. I had to cut all my hair off. And then my hair started like falling out from the stress. Not all out, but some of it. It was really, and even getting out of bed, it was unbelievable. Just exhaustion all the time, exhaustion, and people cannot possibly understand. So please look after yourself. Please try and do one special thing for yourself. Last card. Oh, this card came off. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. And if you're in a business and people are bullying people and staff around you, and someone is being bullied, or someone in the background is being continuously bullied, if you have got in on that circuit of letting the people bully them, and you have contributed towards that, that's the reason why they're always being continually bullied, because you have been part of the bullying, because you have been part of that big line. And if people believe that person in that big high chair can see that that person is not liking that person and wanting to get rid of that person, or not liking them or getting along with them, and is telling this person and that person, and it ends up getting back to the person, I want you to know that that's why it continues to happen. And it's happening because you're sharing in it. It will only happen to stop when you start becoming an adult. And whoever is out there who's doing this, there will be somebody. Stop and be an adult. Stand up for the people. That's your job. Look after them. If they've not done anything wrong, they've not done anything wrong. And you have a responsibility and a duty of care to protect and look after people. That will be meaningful to maybe one person who watches this, but it will be meaningful to somebody. Another last card. So I want you to shroud yourself in warmth. I want you to realize there is some money coming into your life. We have money coming into your life. We have more stability and structure, but you have to start looking after yourself. Stop being scared. Know that you make a future for yourself. Base it on the love that is within you, the kindness, the honesty, and the truth apparent of who you are. Always remember, walk the righteous path of always being a good, honest, loyal person. Always do the right thing. And always in your heart, try and remember the words we speak have energy. And negative energy comes back. And then it comes to us. It's not hitting that person. It comes back to your body. So anger and resentment and hostility, we all get upset. Everyone, we're human, is only hurting and harming your body. Start to realize how beautiful you are as a person, that you have struggled. You have gone through struggle street. To get to where you have been has been amazing. And there is light in the background. There is a ship in the night, and there is light in the background, and there is land. Make your journey. Get up. If it's putting one foot in front of the other, try. Believe, and you're halfway there. If someone tells you you can't and you won't get well, and this is going to happen. There's been many people who've got well and changed their lives by redirecting the way they think. Remember, you are a beautiful soul. You are kind and loving, and you are what makes the difference. My name's Electra. I hope this reading helped you today. have a beautiful day, and God bless. And if you're a Sai Baba devotee, Sai Ram.